Beaver After Dark is not for all audiences. It will be dealing with adult topics and adult situations. Each host will be giving an opinion and is in no means an expert. Listener discretion is advised. That's right. You can bite Erica misinformation. You can bite the Urban Dictionary scholar, Rob-ERT, the one, the only Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, and of course, the Beaver. Beavers don't really like to be bitten, but we do like to bite. And of course, we also have a very special guest tonight, Laird Stephen Paine, the Leprechaun, who you can hear on Ain't You a Peach Sundays at 12 p.m. on Rumble. So I have been applying for jobs, and there are tests that I actually have to go through for some of these. And I actually had the same test today that I had to take over the weekend with a different company. So I kind of knew the answers, which worked in my favor. I decided that I was going to screenshot the questions so that I could use them tonight. And well, because I figured one of the things that triggers Erica, and we love triggering Erica, is math. God. So I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds to grab a pencil or a pen and some paper, and we're going to do some math. Now, if you think you can do the math in your head, that's even better. That's even better. But we're gonna flash some stuff up on the screen, and you tell me what the next number is. Okay, I'll even
the next number is.
It's sequence of numbers and letters. Some are just numbers, some are just letters, some are both. And you have to figure out what the next part of that is. And don't worry, there are 4 possible answers for every one of them, okay?
Oh my God.
Hey, I had to take this, so I'm gonna share it with you guys.
This is ridiculous. Go.
Yes, I'm working it. Okay. Here it is.
Rusty, this is all fresh in your head, cheater.
No, I don't know anything about this.
No, he doesn't. I took it. Actually, Leprechaun does, because Leprechaun happened to be around when I started talking about it. And I didn't know he was going to be on the show tonight, but he is, and that's okay. So what is the next number for those of you that are not watching and happen to be listening to the podcast?
I got it.
Take a break. Don't say it. The numbers go 3, 4, 6, 9, 13, 18, 24. So what would be the next number? 3,
I got it.
4, 6, 9, 13, 18, 24. Rusty was first. So Rusty, what is your answer?
31.
Same.
Okay. Everybody else?
Same.
All right. So you know how we got that. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 2, 6, 3 to 9. So it just goes that way up until you get to 7. So and I actually had all the answers pre-plugged in, and I had to go and take them all out because, well, you know. All right, so we're going to go to the next one. 0, 3, 8, 15, 24, 35. What's the next number? Just say you got it when you say you got it. 0,
I think 3, I got it.
8, 5, 24, 35.
Got
You
it.
think you got it?
No, I don't got it. I mean, this is like my SATs. I'll just take a guess.
Think about the difference between each number, and you should
Yeah.
be able to touch it that way.
I got that, but yeah.
Okay.
No.
Rusty.
I think it's 46. No, damn it.
No,
48.
it's 48. So 0 to 3 is 3, and then 3 to 8 is 5. So they're using all prime numbers in between each one. So 24 to 35 is 11. So 13 would be your next one. 35 and 13 is 48. Got it?
F that.
Whatever.
Right. What
They
kind of
don't-
job? Okay, hold on. What
They
kind of
don't know
job
that.
are you applying for? That this is a question.
They're data entry and customer service. Yeah, and
Jamie's
these
on
are the
it.
questions.
That is
so-
some bullshit.
We're going to move over to letters, okay? What would be the next letter that in this series? So your letters are C and D, H and I, M and N, R and S, and then find the pattern, people. Find the pattern. Are our people in the thing coming up with any answers?
Yeah, Jamie was right.
Yeah.
Jamie
Oh,
knows math.
Jamie is good. All right. No, Sparkles, you are wrong. That is not WX.
I put
Yeah,
YZ.
'cause that had me worried. It's like I thought I'd screwed up.
So it should be VW.
That's yeah.
Volkswagen.
So you have C, D, E, F, G, H,
Can I
I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. No, it is WX. It's 3 in between, not 2.
Ah,
It is.
fuck.
I mean,
It
I
is.
I got the pattern, but this is I would not apply for this job. Like
Well,
this would
common.
I would
Hey,
literally not. I would be like, no, I'm not
submitted-
applying for this job.
I submitted my application and then I was given a test. So it was kind of like in order to move on to the progress, and I got this one wrong because I was even calculating it. And I think Sean had said the other day that it was VW. And I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, hold on. And then I never went back and double checked it. Shit, I should have done it myself. Anyway, so this
This is some
is
common core bullshit right here.
this is the crap that I am having to deal with basically when applying for jobs. Now the other thing that they had us doing where actually I don't know if I have it somewhere on my computer. I don't remember where I put it now. It's probably my screenshots or something. But you have to pick. We were actually doing it today. You have to pick these phrases, words. Like what word describes you the best and the least. All right, so hold on. I have
Most
screenshots. Yeah, so I didn't cut out the Zoom people, so let me do that quick because I just took screenshots and I wasn't realizing, and plus I don't want the name of the company on here either.
I'm serious though. This is like that common core bullshit they were sending my son
Mhm.
home with that makes you want to David Carradine yourself in the closet.
It is.
I mean,
and some of these answers, yeah, they were. Oh, it's like no, I don't want none of the above. But you didn't have that option.
Well,
You
and
didn't
so
have
the
the
thing is,
for none of the above. Okay, go ahead. Give me.
you don't
some-
have the
this
option to do
is
none of the above.
insane.
So you have to pick out of the list of words in each category. You have to pick what one word is the most like you and one word that is the least like you. So in example 33, you have jovial, precise, direct, and even-tempered. What is the most like you and what is the least like you
Out of those 4.
out of those 4?
Okay, so this is like a personality test. They're
Mhm.
just trying. They're trying to, they're trying to gauge your personality.
Yeah, but some of them are like respectful, pioneering, optimistic, and helpful. Well, I think I'm pretty respectful. I think I'm pretty optimistic. I think I'm pretty helpful. I'm not really pioneering, but which one of those am I most like?
How
mean-
are you not with all that canning?
No,
Your
stop.
garden.
Not that kind of pioneer.
Not
You are
that
most
other
you are most helpful. Shut the hell up, optimistic and respectful. Big fat lies. So you are most helpful and you are least pioneering.
Yeah,
I
did
don't.
pick
I mean, it's a
pioneer 'cause it
job.
was-
You don't want to say that you're least optimistic or least respectful. That
right.
might be your reality. But I mean, come on. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you got to
mean,
answer the question. I'm. How is data and customer service? I don't ask these questions of people I hire, and I put them in public.
right. Well, here's the other one. Let me see if I can pull it up here quick. So, like this one, number 25. Are you most likely aggressive, extroverted, amiable, or fearful? Like, are you argumentative or intolerant or petty or irresponsible? Like,
See,
Oh my god! If
yeah,
I
I'm
was to,
aggressive and
Oh, shit.
argumentative.
I just realized.
yeah,
I'm
can you
not
imagine?
at the top of that yet? I wanted to cut it out.
I
hope
didn't
everybody
see
saw that.
it. I just can't even imagine having to.
Nobody's gonna tell the truth on those
What?
motherfuckers. They're
I
gonna
mean,
lie
I
their
guess if
ass
you,
off.
I guess if you don't have some things that you admit about yourself that would be taken negatively, they're just gonna think you're full of shit.
Basically.
I
There
also
was-
wouldn't. What the heck? What kind of data? I'm sorry. Have you talked to anyone doing data entry lately and assessed whether or not they're aggressive? I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, when I for the job I have now, they literally wanted to know, what are some of your hobbies? What?
What?
Why do you want to know what my hobbies? So I put lion training, underwater welding, skydiving, and something else. It was like, what?
You know what? I'm gonna start putting that on my
Yeah.
application.
You should put
Because
pole
if
dancing.
if I have to read applications and that is what I'm getting in the hobbies interview,
Yeah.
you're getting an
Yeah.
interview. Because now I want to meet the person who said lion training is their hobby. Like for
I
sure.
actually
'Cause,
had that
you're
Yeah.
now you stand out.
in my last interview, when I was doing the pre-interview before I got to meet with all the managers. That's one of the things they asked me is if I had any hobbies, and I'm like, I garden and I can, and then that came into a whole conversation and stuff. So it's basically to gauge, I guess, your personality and stuff. But I don't.
My
There was
my
35.
personality was it's none of your damn business what my hobbies are. I mean, that's what.
Well, I mean, I guess if they're like, "What are your hobbies?" and you answer like Robert,
Yeah.
I spend most of my time trying to figure out how to get on Pornhub without having to post my driver's license.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, there were
Maybe
35
that
sets of those things that I had to go through. By the way.
I'm not for that. I don't do that. I don't do that. There's a maintenance test that we give for the guys that apply for maintenance positions, but it's not even a pass fail. It's really just to see how much you know, not really what you know. Like it's more so
Yeah.
just we know who do we put you with as far as training in the beginning. Like how much do you know? That's all we need, right? I mean, we don't really it's not a pass fail kind of thing.
Yeah.
right.
So we're going to
That
move
would be
on
good to
from math, which I know Erica loves, but we're going to move
Thank
on
God.
because I have an article specifically for Rusty.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
We've been holding this one for
No,
weeks.
no. This is
Very-
a
Oh,
different
that's
one.
not this
This is
one? Oh,
something
okay,
different.
sorry.
This is
My bad.
specifically just for Rusty. It's not for the guys. It's just
Oh
for
my
Rusty.
God, Rusty, you're so special.
Rusty is so special. So This girlfriend of a man who was brutally mocked by his mates for having a micro penis has leapt to his defense, stating that she has no complaints in the bedroom department despite his 7.3 centimeter package. Now, does anybody know how many inches that is?
7.3 centimeters. Alexa,
That's-
how big is 7.3 centimeters?
In inches.
7.3 centimeters is about 2.87 inches.
2.78 inches.
So, Rusty, bigger or smaller?
What? It's none of your damn business.
Hell, don't be calling little buddy out on the air like that.
Is
Hey.
ice water involved in this answer?
Poor
Look,
little
look.
feller.
I can get, somebody with a big old hunk or whatever. They can only get in like, 2 or 3 strokes a second. With the little ones, you can go like 7, 8, 10 strokes a second. I mean, you get more overall. You get more,
More action.
yeah, you get more.
Might be small, but at least it's skinny, right, Rusty?
That's
Jamie-
right. My
All
God,
right. Penny Talbot.
J-May said
33.
this is still math.
this is still.
Penny Talbot, 33, has been dating her boyfriend, Jake Timms, for nearly 2 years, but she knew the British Army veteran had a smaller than average penis as the pair were friends before becoming romantically involved.
Well,
You know
he's
what's weird
British.
is I don't know the size of my male friend's penis. That's kind of weird. But anyway, when
No,
we
it's not.
it's
What?
not weird that I don't know it.
No,
not
it's
weird.
not weird that she knows the size of her male friend's penis. That's not weird.
Okay.
This is from experience, I'm guessing.
But I guess when
I
she says-
probably have heard all 3 of you talk about your penises. So yeah, I don't think it's weird. No,
do you think they're lying about their penis size?
that's are we- is that are we going there? Wow.
I don't know if I
Um,
have to.
Yeah, more math.
Well, she says when they started dating, Jake brought it up right away because he felt comfortable enough to tell her. But he wasn't embarrassed about it at all. In fact, I would say he was proud of his size. I think he just wanted me to know in case I would be disappointed, but that wasn't the case at all. Um,
oh, maybe it's thick.
Yeah,
maybe.
girthy.
They don't
Girthy.
call him Tree Stump for nothing.
They say they have a very healthy sex life. For me, it isn't about the penetration and climax of sex, but the foreplay and everything that leads up to that. When I saw Jake's penis for the first time, I wasn't horrified. It was the opposite. I thought it was absolutely perfect. Oh, she probably gets
She thought it
Yeah,
was
that's so
cute.
adorable.
Let's be realistic here. She's fucking Jake's brother. Poor little feller.
I mean, yeah. No, she's lying.
She is saying, well, it's saying that she lives with endometriosis, which actually can result at times that sex is painful. So if he's super small, it doesn't hurt.
Bullshit. She's never had an orgasm. The endometriosis excuse comes from women who have never had an orgasm. They claim that they don't like to have sex because it's painful. That just means you have never had an orgasm because there is no amount of pain that is going to keep you from wanting to have an orgasm. And if you're going to go there, I'm going to tell you, you're lying. You're lying. You're liar, 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 liar.
With
liar.
a 2-inch wang fitting between those cheeks is out of the question. So there definitely
Right?
ain't no doggy style or anal in that playbook anywhere.
I mean,
Uh,
try just going cowboy. First of all, reverse cowboy is not an option, and cowboy on its own would be a challenge. You better slap down on that thing. No, there's no coming off because you can't get air. It'll slip right out.
David Allen Coe wrote a
You know,
song about
You'd have to
this.
fly down on a balance beam.
There's nothing to even hold the slide down on. Like that's like a Tootsie
Well-
Roll. You can't even give that a blowjob. What
Let
are
me
you supposed to
see your
do?
Tootsie Roll.
It's
Here's
like
the thing.
Let's give it a blowjob to a Tic Tac. What the fuck?
David Allen Coe wrote a song
Well, there
about
should be no excuse to say it didn't fit.
Right?
And in the song, the guy had a micro penis, and he got over that fact by finding a girl with a really shallow throat. so she would gag on it.
Just use her nostril.
I would
Goddamn.
like to point out that in the article it says that she has heard people refer to it as a piece of dental floss. And then Jake's mom even giggles and jokes that his 2 older brothers got all the goods. So you're right, she might be effing his brother.
Yeah.
Brothers. It said 2 of them.
Both
They
of them,
got the
right?
goods.
Because if they've got it, you know.
Yeah.
That's what Mom said. The brothers are getting the goods.
Yeah. So there's definitely something else going on here.
She says that she was horrified when people asked why he doesn't get a penis enlargement, and she said that would be her worst nightmare.
What? Wait,
She's
that's a
just
thing?
Dumb. Of course
Yeah.
that's a thing.
It's a thing.
That's a thing?
Of course that's
Oh,
a thing.
shit.
But they cut your wiener, Rusty. You don't want none of that shit. little
Oh,
buddy.
no.
How much pain
No.
are you willing to endure?
Not
You
that
only
much.
get like another half inch or so, I think.
What? I mean, listen. Okay, it is 2.78. So we're talking 3. Does it clarify if it's 3 hard or 3 soft?
My daughter said she's got to be a lesbian on
didn't.
the low. I agree with that.
Is Annie your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Robert's daughter.
Hello, Annie.
Hey,
So
Annie.
we have another interesting story. Now, Erica, I know, and I know Rusty, the first thing Rusty is going to say about this is,
That motherfucker is not real.
but it is an article that is in a newspaper. So it's not something I'm making up or finding on TikTok or something. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The
Mhm.
medics have recorded a unique case of a teenage girl who became pregnant through oral sex. Okay. The unnamed 15-year-old from Lesotho in southern Africa visited a hospital complaining of abdominal pain, only for tests to reveal that she was 9 months pregnant and about to give birth. Doctors were shocked to discover that the girl did not have a vaginal opening, a rare birth defect called distal vaginal atresia that scientists estimate only affects between 1 in 4,000 or 10,000 newborn girls. I've never even heard of that. That doesn't seem like 4,000 to 10,000 newborn girls.
This
One in
cannot be
4,000.
real.
Third
Does she have a
world
colostomy
thing.
bag? How does she pee? Come
I
on.
don't know. Well, you
Yeah.
don't pee through your vagina, so
No, but
Yeah.
is she okay?
I don't know. This, in principle, should have made it impossible for the teen to become pregnant without the aid of technologies like IVF. The condition also made it impossible for her to give birth through her vagina, with her son having to be delivered via C-section. Puzzled medics questioned the girl on how she became pregnant and eventually learned that 9 months prior, she had attended hospital for a stab wound to her stomach region shortly after giving oral sex. She told a nurse that she had been attacked by her ex when he found her performing the sex act on her new boyfriend. Medics in the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology said this led them to conclude that the sperm she had swallowed had traveled to her reproductive organs from her stomach via the stab wounds, resulting in conception.
Well, there you go.
No.
Well, there you go. You know,
If it hit
there you
the,
go.
if it hit the stomach instead, acid. But now, if she dribbled off her chin and it fell in the stab wound that went down to her
So they
reproductive
actually go
function,
into the
maybe.
acid. They actually go into the acid. Acid found in the digestive system, which breaks down food for nutrients, is normally potent to killing sperm. However, the medics think the sperm may have been able to survive because the girl was malnourished at the time of the stabbing. This explained being malnourished can reduce the acidity level in the digestive system, and this had created a bizarre opportunity for the swallowed sperm to reach her uterus via the knife wound.
No.
Yeah. No.
I know it's crazy, but this is like I'm telling you, this is from the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. It's
Yeah,
not
because you know those Brits, they can't even figure out how to fix their teeth. You think they can figure out this? There is no way that they figured out that. No, we're not talking about super bile surviving organ jumping stab wound finding sperm. Nope.
Yeah,
not
she
happening.
got knocked
No.
up, and then they super glued that thing shut and said, "Nope, there ain't no way it came in from here."
I mean, wouldn't that be a hell of a stab wound from your uterus to your stomach?
Yeah. Be
Well,
pretty
it just
far.
had to be a stab wound that it could have. It doesn't have to be that big. It just has to be big enough for the sperm to be able to get out and into the body.
And into
Well-
the body? Wait, hold on. So now
just-
all of a sudden the sperm knows its way around? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
No. It's not
you.
like
What
it's
is
not
that?
like it jumps into the oh, look, check me out. I'm outside the liver now. Oh, I gotta get
Oh,
down.
look, we're going to take the
the
expressway to the uterus.
Right.
You
No,
don't think that
no.
those sperm? Have you never heard that sperms are strong swimmers?
I'm sure they are strong swimmers, but it doesn't mean they know what direction they're going in.
They
Yeah.
already know when they're entering the mouth that they're entering the wrong way.
No, they
Did you
don't.
see those memes on the internet? Didn't you see the memes?
Oh
Did you
my
see the memes?
god! If they were that smart, you wouldn't have to try to get pregnant. Everybody would be pregnant.
Well, see, this whole theory kind of sort of got tested going back to a wives' tale story from the Civil War about this soldier that got
Yeah.
shot through the groin, and the bullet passed through him and hit a woman in the belly, and supposedly she got pregnant and had his baby.
Ah,
And they actually tested if this was possible, and it was debunked for sure. So I got to call bullshit that they took an elevator knife blade ride up and
there
Yeah,
is.
they
Yeah.
gorilla glued it shut. She got knocked up. They gorilla glued it shut and pretended, nope, sorry, this thing don't open.
This thing doesn't open.
Yeah. I mean, if she could have IVF, there was a hole. Okay, maybe 2.78 incher got a hold of her.
Right? I'm
Just
just wanting to
saying.
point out that our friend Jen is saying that it watches TV shows and horror signs. It knew which way to go. It knew which way to
I'm,
go.
no, I'm telling you, right? Don't ask her. She thinks everything's east.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, technically everything is east of her except a few things that might be south.
Right. There you go. So I know that we have something now for Robert specifically, but Rusty might be into this. So I'm going to play a video because it involves two things that Rob-ERT absolutely loves: porn and insects.
I'm not ready.
Nice.
When a beetle has sex with a beetle, is it still considered doggy style? I'm Jordan Mendoza, and I direct insects porn. Take it out and put it back in. Sexual taboos remind us of where our ethical edges are. It's standard human psychology. The more forbidden something is, the more you want it. And I direct just about the most forbidden, nasty stuff in the world. Grab her by the exoskeleton now. I came up with the idea when I realized everyone was doing big boobs, big ass porn.
Sorry. I don't know what just happened.
Lady action. It's all about finding your niche, and sometimes your niche is about the size of a wormhole. It's casting day. When I told my family I was trying to break into the insects porn industry, they were absolutely disgusted.
Okay, I know that the people are listening to this and not watching it. When he says it's casting day, he literally is holding a tiny little black leather couch. Hysterical.
Wait, Holly, how do you know what that is?
How do I know what is the casting couch?
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
So you must have watched some porn.
The casting couch. No, you told me about it. How do you think I got my
Oh, I told you about it.
participation
Okay.
trophy?
This
She's
is
been
season
casted, of
3 of
course.
Pornhub, J-May. Season 3.
Yeah, season 3.
Sex porn. And then they were immediately disgusted. Take 9. You might think attracting new talent would be difficult, but it turns out they'll work for free as long as you feed them. And I do try to cater to a variety of audiences. I've got dung beetles for ass people, public exhibitionist stuff, and of course your classic water sports. Yes, of course I'm concerned about disease transmission, but all of our talent has been tested for malaria, so no problem there. Cameras are rolling, okay? Insect porn stars have incredibly short-lived careers, but they make for great collectibles. There's Daddy Longschlong, star of Hairy Arachnid MILFs. We've got Riley Roach, Tori Thorax, and of course, Antenna Jameson. We're even dipping our toes into the live cam bug arena. Oh shit, I think this bug might be dead. Like with any normal porn set, cleanup can be an issue, but ever since I got Rick on payroll, it's been a snap.
Oh,
This guy is
Oh.
a cunnilingus.
I feel it's parody, please, right? Although, Robert, you're
Yeah.
probably going to tell me that there is such a thing as insect porn, right?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, people watch all sorts of shit.
I feel like porn, the genre, if there is one of insect porn, is people having sex with insects, though, not insects having sex with each other.
Poor little bug.
Porn, hey, if you can make money at it, why not, right?
No, at least
Stop
that
it.
guy, at least
Leprechaun,
the
you
guy
have enough
who-
animals in your house. I'm really going to kind of hope that you're not having sex with them.
Or no.
Robert is now trying to figure out how he can get all of his little insects to have a gangbang. I know it.
Not even have a gangbang. He's just trying to figure out how he can market them as the next star.
Maybe if I put some Molly in their water,
There you go.
put on some techno,
Oh my God.
have a little rave.
Robert's insects are all going to be touching each other like coke.
And on that note, we are going to be moving on to our favorite segment.
That is disgusting.
You are one sick puppy.
It is now time for Robert's Urban Dictionary of the Week.
We do not have any winners for last week, just a heads up.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm just going to stop the whole game thing altogether. We ain't had a winner in several weeks, and we're just going to cut that out. All right. So this week, I found one that I really like, but I'll tell you, it's called the Pensacola payphone. But we have to back up because there's another one that's involved in that, which is Birmingham booty call.
Oh, yeah.
So the Birmingham booty call is you put your woman's cell phone on vibrate and stick it up her ass. And as you're having sex, you call her phone and she has to shit it out and answer it and talk dirty to you as you come on her face. Okay. Now that is
no. Pass. Thanks, but no.
Well, now that
It's not real.
but now that that's sunk in, we'll move on.
What?
To the
It's
Pensacola
not just-
payphone.
Right.
So it's a noun, a sexual act, sort of a hybrid change machine and the Birmingham booty call. Specifically, when you take a roll of quarters and you place it inside a woman's vagina, then you set her cell phone on vibrate and stick it up her anus. The phone is called, the vibration causes the quarters to fall out. It has nothing to do with Pensacola.
Yeah. And if the quarters actually fall out just because the ass is vibrating, your woman needs to do some Kegels because that shouldn't happen.
Right.
Right?
I've heard of portable slot machines, but I don't think that's quite what.
This work.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a jackpot every time if you're loose enough to drop quarters out of your cootie. I mean, come on. You just stick. No.
Are you cleaning
No.
those quarters before you shove them up there? Because money
The
is
quarters? How about the phone you just shoved up her ass?
The Anthony's are at least they're $1 and they're about the same size.
Right?
So,
I mean,
when they come out, you get
pull the
$1.
phone out and answer it. Hello?
How powerful is the vibrate on that phone? Because I'm telling you, my phone does not vibrate that hard. But if I can find one that vibrates that hard, me and him are going to
obviously,
Check your
obviously,
settings. You probably
I
need
think-
to turn it up.
I think this started back when flip phones were still a thing. So, that's pretty easy to stick in there. And they had a pretty good vibration to them. I mean,
Thank God I was figuring if it was a bag phone, that'd be a rough
Erica?
funnel.
Okay. I had a flip phone. That would be like sticking a hand grenade up your ass.
well, it'd be better than a fucking smartphone that's like 7 inches long and 3 inches wide.
Or an old bag phone.
How about I'm just not going to stick an electronic device up my ass.
I see that doctor on those TikToks like, nope.
Such a prude.
Nope.
Such a
Nope.
prude.
No, like
Just
we're not
don't go
doing
there.
that.
Hey,
Like,
you're our track girl. I
this-
mean, what's
Okay, but I bet
Nope.
you they make round vibrating devices that women can put up their asses. That will
Yeah, but
also, if you have a loose-lipped, wide ass
can't
clit
shit
that
it
they,
out
or
and you
vagina,
not dirty
that
to you while you
quarters
come
will
on her
fall
plate.
out. Dude, what about the ink from the roll of quarters too? You're gonna have ink up in your vag. I'm not cool with this.
That sounds a lot like this is something you do with a lot, Lizard. That's clear, but it's that's a lot like her problem, not mine.
Who just travels around with a roll of quarters ready for the lot lizard? I got
Well,
questions.
If you don't have an iPass, that roll of quarters is pretty handy. Or at least it used to be pre-COVID.
All right. The educational portion of this is over. Okay. Over. We are over.
No.
Now we actually have a conversation we need to have, and I need to find the article because I thought I had it set, but apparently I do not. But there is a man. Oh, because I closed it by mistake. My bad. There is a man who was arrested for rape, but he did not have a penis
or testicles.
Yes. And I need to find the article again because I closed
Well,
it.
it's still possible to.
Well, so not the way that it was described. Here it is. I have it.
Okay.
You got it?
So there is a man who was awarded £35,000 after he was held in South African jail for 2 months for rape, despite not having a penis. So the man was 21 at the time and had been arrested for brutally attacking. When he was 12, he was brutally attacked and had his ear, penis, testicles, and scrotum cut off. Forward to 2020, when the 11-year-old neighbor claimed he had attacked her at his home and raped her by penile penetration. He was taken to, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the court because it's like big name, in the KwaZulu-Natal province, charged with when his father approached the investigating police officer. The father presented her with his son's medical record showing that he nearly died years ago when he was castrated and his penis was severed, and he could not have done this. But despite being given the records, the case officer did not tell the prosecutor and kept the evidence hidden, and the innocent man was incarcerated into the notorious jail. He was held for 54 days in appalling conditions while his father managed to get his medical records to the prosecutor, and the rape case was withdrawn. 5 years later, the victim's case against the Minister of Police for wrongful arrest and illegal detention came before the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in wherever. Right. Judge Johnson Methenjua read the report, which revealed that he had his private parts completely removed after being kidnapped by a gang. His ear was also severed and was found bleeding by a railway station. The judge said it was clear from the evidence before the court the arresting officer did not evaluate the facts at her disposal that he could not have committed the crime. The officer did not even inform the prosecutor of the evidence presented by the plaintiff's father, which showed that due to his physical state, he was incapable of rape, well, at least penile penetration. The case officer's failure to confirm this to the prosecutors resulted in the plaintiff's arrest and detention and being held in intolerable conditions. So if they're intolerable, why aren't they fixing those conditions for other people? But
it's
anyway,
a third world country.
Yeah. So he was awarded £35,000 and his legal costs for the violation of his rights. But imagine this 11-year-old girl accuses you of rape, and you couldn't have possibly done it because you don't even have the parts to do it.
Right.
That's terrible.
I mean, you know, it sucks, but at the same time, you got to be like, I'm fixing to fuck y'all up. Just
It took
saying.
him 5 years.
He did 5
Wait,
years?
what? No,
No,
he
it
only
took
did
5
54
years
days.
before they
He did
got paid.
54 days, but it was 5 years later that he got the money. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, at the same time, that right there, you know, he could pretty much stick it to the man. That had to feel good.
And 35,000
Hypothetically
pounds
speaking,
isn't that
in
much
his
money.
case. But
Well, it was only 54 days. I mean, you know, you guys are all into math tonight. Do the
So
math.
it's like
35,000 for 54 days.
$44,000. Yeah, but still.
it shouldn't have took 5 years to pay little homie out.
Correct, right? And he shouldn't have had to sue to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a little backwards. First of all, I mean, it's South Africa. So I
well,
don't know
there
a
you go.
lot about their legal system, right? It happens here all the time, you guys.
Oh, it does. You're right. It absolutely does. And since we're into the legal part of this, there is a case going on in Alabama, and maybe Rusty knows about it. It might be more on his local news. But I'm surprised for the amount of murders that this guy has committed, that this is not a national headline, and I have not heard it anywhere. I saw somebody posting on Twitter, which is what alerted me to this. But this is not like, I don't see this on Fox or CNN or MSNBC or anything unless I just missed them talking about it. There is a man, his name is Damian McDaniel, and he is actually charged with the deaths of 11 people, 4 of whom he killed in a mass shooting in downtown Birmingham late last year. He is also charged with killing a UPS employee, a 21-year-old woman, and a firefighter. So there's a whole timeline. Rusty, have you been seeing this on your local news at all?
No, well, one, I don't watch local news, but I put his name in as soon as you said it, and yeah, it's all over what would be my local if I could get local news.
Right. So it's kind of weird though that I don't see it like nationally. And this 11 people. And
well, this says it says it's tied to 14 murders in 14 months.
Okay.
Wow.
So they're
yesterday.
now. This article, I don't know when
Damn.
it's from. I thought this article was just from yesterday, but
He was like, ain't no rookie numbers over here, motherfucker.
let me give you the timeline. This timeline is insane. So in October of 2019, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder involved in him allegedly shooting into an occupied car. He was 17 at the time. In April of 2023, he pled guilty to 2 counts of attempted murder, was sentenced to 15 years in prison, 13 of which were suspended. He was given a 2-year jail sentence, which he had already served 776 days while he was waiting for trial.
Right.
Then July of 2023, firefighters Jordan Melton and Jamal Jones were gunned down in front of Station 9 in Norwood. Melton died on July 17th, while Jones had survived. January of 2024, Mia Nixon was found shot to death in her driveway. April of 2024, Anthony Jr. Love was killed while clocking out for the day from his job at UPS. Police believe that Love's death was the result of a murder for hire plot. July 13th, 4 people were killed and 10 injured in a shooting at Trendsetters Lounge on 27th Street North. The victims who died in the shooting were Steve McGee, Angela Witherspoon, Markeisha Gettings, and Lorendris Anderson. Hatarius Woods is also charged in this case.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Did I not?
Yeah, Hatarius, you got it.
Okay. August 13th. This is all 2024, by the way. Charlie Herbert Moore is found shot to death in his home.
Damn.
September of 2024, September 19th, Diotrinette Tina Brown was killed. I know, in a shooting at the 604 Bar and Lounge. September 21st, 4 people were killed and 17 injured in a drive-by shooting at Hush Lounge in 5 Points South. September 22nd, Jamarcus McIntyre was killed in a shooting in the Southeast Lake community. 2 others were injured. October 16th, 2024, McDaniel is finally arrested. Finally arrested. After all of that like spree of killing, they finally got him. He was charged with the shooting at 5 Points, also charged with the McIntyre Brown cases. November 27th of 2024, McDaniel is now charged with Moore's death, and Woods is also charged in that case. December 12th of 2024, McDaniel is admitted to Kilby Correctional Facility, where his probation on the attempted murder charge is revoked, and he is forced to serve the full 15-year sentence he had been originally ordered to serve. Birmingham police announced that McDaniel is now being charged in the capital murder and the death of Jordan Melton because Jordan had passed away. But I mean, this is crazy. This guy was on like a massive killing spree, and you hear like zero about it. Is it weird or is it just me?
No.
Did they not put them all together until later, or because what took him so long? I'm not understanding why. What took him so long?
I don't know. I don't know what took him so long. I just know that I don't know. It doesn't. That's just the timeline of the events. It doesn't really go into an in-depth like how they figured out that he had done all of those things, or maybe they knew it. Maybe he was in hiding and they just couldn't get him.
You know, I think though that at least on the news there would be something. I mean, in Chicago they've been finding body parts randomly all over the place, but that's on the news, right? Like that's on Fox News. I've seen it. That they find a head, they find feet, they faint, and they've been talking about it. They found some in a park. That's kind of been everywhere, though. Aren't they talking about this? Wouldn't you? Aren't people? Maybe you should be talking about the fact that there's a shooting spree. Maybe not. It's all one guy. If you don't know that, but at least wouldn't it be abnormal? That I guess not. I don't know.
I think they're not talking about it because it's not real impressive. I mean, he just shot some folks. I mean, it's not like he went around with a tire tool and killed 14 people.
Because he's not really, he's not super sick and twisted. So, you know,
nobody gives a shit.
He just not a serial killer.
He just killed 14 people. There's no wow to it. So they don't give a fuck. It's not going to get them ratings.
Right. There's nothing weird about it.
So it would have been better had he like killed them and like fucked their skull socket or something, and that would make it better.
Well, yeah,
only if they had a video that we could watch.
If there was a video
that happened.
Okay. One, I never want to watch a video of that, by the way.
See, that would make it weird though, and that's why people like serial killers. Like if you go into this guy's house and he's got a bedroom full of skulls that he fucks, then you're on. Then you got some weirdness.
We know someone who actually probably does have a bedroom full of skulls that he fucks. So just saying.
I don't think he kills people though. Yeah,
you don't know.
I don't. You're right. I actually don't know. I don't. I don't.
Oh my gosh, so crazy. So I have one more topic for the guys. Now, this is for all the guys. Leprechaun has already seen this because I didn't know he was going to be on the show tonight. And it was just something I found randomly one day while I'm scrolling through Facebook, and Leprechaun happened to be in the room on Zoom when we were talking about it. Okay.
Sorry.
But I have no, it's okay. You can answer your question too. I just want to know, you guys are all married, except for Leprechaun. You were married. But when you were hopelessly in love with your wife, and Rusty we know is, Robert's still in love with his wife. How far would you go to marry your wife?
As in,
like, if you had to do something like, I don't know, give up your motorcycles for life, would you do that to be with your wife? And she might be listening, so remember that.
No.
Rusty.
Absolutely not.
I would do whatever it took to marry my wife again. I would do anything.
Are you sure?
I would cut off a limb.
All right. Oh, well, then here we go.
Men have to cut off their arms to get married. In this village, women do not ask for dowry, houses, or cars. They only want men's arms. Having no arms is a unique sign of married men in this tribe. This strange custom has been passed down for more than a century. If a man wants to keep his arms intact throughout his life, he will not only be unable to get married, but will also be expelled from the family. On the other hand, those men who cut off their arms as
I would like to point out that they say on the other hand.
a marriage sacrifice are very proud because they believe that this shows their extreme loyalty to their wives. From an outsider's perspective, cutting off arms is a huge sacrifice, but these men do not have authority in the family. All major decisions are made by their wives, and they have to work with incomplete arms. However, these men are not troubled, and some even feel that offering arms is not enough. If their wives need it, they are willing to cut off their legs and offer them to their wives as well. If you were in this village, would you be willing to cut off your arms to marry a wife?
Yes,
No.
yes, I would. I would
No.
do it for Judy.
No.
They say that they
it is
do
real,
it.
J-May.
They say they do it to honor the women, but isn't it the women that got to wipe their ass because they ain't got no arms?
Right. So here's a couple of things.
Hold on.
They can't wipe their ass. They can never masturbate unless they figure out how to do it with their feet. I mean, right there, Robert and Rusty are out because
Yeah, I'm out.
I
There
do
is-
not understand being attracted to a man who is so emasculated that he would cut his arms off for no
No
reason.
right.
Like that, I would not be attracted to that.
And yeah. and so
Judy's got something to say.
what do you got to say, Judy?
Why in the hell would I be attracted to a man that couldn't satisfy my urges and take care of his own sick self?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you,
it
you,
is-
Judy.
It is the
Just
weirdest
talking about
thing.
you,
So
Rusty, you sicko.
this is in the Haijiang Tuyong Quang.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's in northern Vietnam. Just know
Young.
it's in- I'll show it to you because I know I'm not pronouncing it right.
May
It
said,
is in Vietnam. So I did find documentation of it because I was trying to look it up. It is they are the Pa Then. That's the name of the group, the Pa Then. They are an ethnic minority group residing primarily in the mountainous regions of northern Vietnam. So this
that
is,
explains a lot.
Does it? That doesn't make any. I mean, I like J-May's point. It's not like they can knock her around, but those guys aren't going to knock anyone around. They are wussified,
right.
So
Yes.
when it snows, does the chickie write her name in the snow or his name? I mean, she is the one driving.
I mean,
How
So
do they
the
make
main thing
money?
is that
how do you?
I mean, you have to do everything for him. You have to brush his teeth. You have to feed him. I mean, how do they eat? How
I
do they
don't
do anything?
want
He
to
can't even
do
play
that.
with.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
he can't play with titties. He can't do the shocker. I mean,
He can't even walk up and goose her.
Oh my
Oh my god.
he can't finger her on their first date. I mean,
I think that's what Judy meant by
I guess he
not
could.
being able to
'cause he
satisfy
had his
her
arm.
needs, right? Like, it's one thing if you're going to ask if you got to do without something. I would rather. Why don't they cut their tongues out? Because then I mean, I'd be more willing to go without that kind of satisfaction. You still got hands, and then I don't have to listen to your ass. Why don't they
sometimes
just
the
take their
tongue is
tongue?
used too, so
Wow.
I don't know. What do
Would
we
it be
do?
easier just to clip the vocal cords? Then you wouldn't have to hear them, and they could still,
Oh
have
yeah, you're
one, two,
right,
three,
Lep.
why.
If I don't clip the vocal cords, you're going to be
Oh,
like,
They can still go south for the
Right.
winter.
See, and at least with the tongue, there is advantages, like kissing belly buttons from the inside and shit.
Yeah.
God. Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
Isn't it disgusting after your Urban Dictionary? Seriously.
Yeah,
Someone's
Robert,
sticking
Robert,
his
you
tongue in a belly button. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
He said from the inside.
Inside.
Oh yeah,
Pay
okay.
attention. And if you think licking a belly button is worse than shoving a phone up someone's ass and quarters in their pussy just so that you can try to get them to pop out, you are part of the problem. And I'm
I mean,
sorry, I'm sorry, what was the thing last week that you thought that you would actually want to do?
Oh, that was ass related as well. That was ass related as well. I think that we have definitely at least identified that Robert has an ass fetish.
I wanted to try to churn butter rectal.
Churn butter in his wife's ass.
That was it.
Robert, ask or Rusty, ask Judy if she'll let you churn butter in her ass.
Judy, can I churn butter in your ass? Yeah, that's a no.
Rusty,
or a little
okay,
filler.
I want to clarify something. You are not an ass man, correct?
Correct.
Because
everybody
we had
claims
this
to be a
discussion about
freak
you
till
last
it's
week,
time to do
and
freaky shit.
I said
you were an
he
ass man.
absolutely is an ass man.
And he will not enter an exit.
No. No, it's disgusting.
Rusty doesn't like
I
nuts.
will. I'll put
Cheerios.
my whole goddamn fist in
Oh,
there. I don't
it's
care.
perfect.
Robert, God.
All right. Who likes Las Vegas?
I'm never
Who likes
shaking
Las
hands
Vegas?
with you.
It is okay.
Vegas is okay. I had fun in Vegas. I almost got hit by a taxi cab in Vegas because I was trying to cross the street drunk in a no crossing zone. But anyway, we have a story out of Vegas that's quite interesting. We have a woman named Aurora Phelps who is 43 and facing 21 counts of allegedly drugging victims she met online to access their financial accounts. She ended up leaving 3 dead and another one in a coma. From 2019 to 2022, she allegedly sedated victims, stole their bank and retirement accounts, and even kidnapped one man for ransom, leading to his death. She is currently in Mexican custody. Phelps is undergoing extradition to the U.S., where she faces life in prison if convicted. She is from Las Vegas, and I know you're all asking, is she hot? Right? That's one thing you want to know?
It's what they want to know.
What can she possibly get life for?
She kidnapped somebody for ransom, and the
And
guy
they died.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, well, that's not her fault. Motherfucker shouldn't have died.
Wait, hold on.
He was old, had a weak kicker. It just, gave out.
All right, we're gonna look at her picture, and you guys tell me if you think she's hot. It's not. Might not be a great picture, but it's the
Not
only
without
one.
the lights off. She ain't. She could eat corn through a picket fence. Look at her mouth.
Whoa, dang! I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that all 3 of you would be really upset, and I'm putting that mildly. I don't know why, but I am. If you got ripped off by some girl that drugged you, you guys would be so pissed.
Oh,
I mean, hell hath no fury. You think women are bad. Yeah, any one of you 3 gets ripped off by a chick that drugged you, it is on like Donkey Kong. Like,
is it on? Like,
there's no way. Yes, there's no way. Can you imagine? Come on, I'm trying to speak Lep's language over here.
Oh,
I hear you. It'd have to be some pretty heavy duty whatever she wanted to try and knock you out with, though.
So she's not hot?
Yeah, not so much.
Robert, I have seen some of the girls that you insist are hot, and I think this one is not as bad as some of the others. So
Wait, yeah, hold on. Weren't they older too?
Yeah, but there's something wrong with her mouth. I mean, she could give blowjobs from across a Waffle House parking
I think
lot.
it's the angle. Maybe it's just the angle of the camera. And I do believe her victims were all elderly.
DeLand Handmade Woodworking says she is smoking like a barbecue.
Well, DeLand,
That guy.
you're disturbing, Delan. Were they patients? No, I don't think so. It doesn't say that they were patients.
No, they were. I think they were all
Met them
elderly.
online. Yeah, she just met them online. So
Yeah.
and
She out here jacking old folks.
you can 100%. I mean, it happened to my mom. She thought somebody rented a car in her name and they found blood and drugs in it, and they wanted her to send money. And she went to the bank to make the withdrawal. And thank God the person's like, why are you withdrawing $5,000? And my mom's like, I'm not allowed to say.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, she left the person holding on her home phone so she could drive into town and get the cash, that she had to then go to the store and get a prepaid debit card to put the money on so that she could give them the number so that they could release her car, because she said that she didn't have a debit card.
Damn.
Oh my God, my phone battery would die by the time I got back for that one.
Well, no, it was her home phone. So
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The battery would die.
yeah. So yeah, that's what she was doing. And thank God the lady's like, this is a scam. They'll like, go home and just hang up your phone.
Oh my God.
No, I would have got home and left the phone off the hook for 2 or 3 days until they got tired.
You want to hand out $5,000? Like, hello,
Right here,
like,
just
something
get
like that
me
happen.
$5,000.
Call
don't have
me.
Oh my
Call
God, that's
me.
crazy. That's
Blondie.
crazy.
Call me. All right. Yeah. I mean, come on, people. Come on. And I don't know. You know, it's parents. It's parents. Do we have any foodies in the crowd? Do we have any foodies in the crowd? Anybody love food? Everybody's raising their hands.
I like to eat food.
Do you love food enough to pretend to be a mourner to get into a funeral home to eat their signature noodle dish?
Yup.
Sure.
Yup.
Freaking kidding me. I would never do this. But
Oh
apparently
my God.
in China, foodies are reportedly posing as mourners just so they can taste a funeral home's food after the dish went viral. Erlong Funerals Home Canteen is meant for grieving families, serving inexpensive but apparently delicious noodles. People who want to sample the food, particularly a popular dish that comes with minced pork and peanuts, are resorting to deception as the venue is not open to the general public. The craze started after a local blogger shared in February that his mother had taken him there for a meal, according to South China Morning Post. At first, I was hesitant because it was quite far from downtown, but my mother was adamant. After trying the rice noodles, I found them absolutely delicious. Many people rave about our rice noodles because our chefs are exceptionally skilled. We use only fresh ingredients. Our broth is simmered from pig bones for hours, and our chili sauces come from a secret recipe. An employee at the canteen initially said despite the popularity, they had no plans to open to the public. However, the BBC has since reported that Funeral Home would offer 50 bowls of the noodles to some members of the public on its premises, provided that they do not disturb genuine mourners. So these people are crashing funerals just to get noodles.
They say it's a secret ingredient. Are you sure
Yeah.
it's pork and not Soylent Green?
I was gonna say number one.
Those aren't
They-
pig bones.
Who put
They
the dick
are-
in the noodles?
Perhaps I thought of that, right? The other thing is, yeah, I would do it. Why is that any different than crashing a wedding? Like
I've
a
You don't
never
think
reception?
done
crash
either
funerals? 'Cause,
one.
I mean, after
Wait,
funerals,
hold
everybody
on.
always has food.
Hold on. Holly,
I've
you've
never
never just been in a hotel for whatever you were there for, right? It's not the wedding that's also happening in the hotel. And you walk by and it's the reception. You never just walked in?
One, I
Got
don't
food?
travel that often, and two, no, I've never done that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done that with my friends.
Rusty,
I've for sure. Yes.
Yes, I would. Absolutely.
you would, Eric, yeah, Erica. We already know she would.
Yeah,
Robert,
I would.
Given the opportunity, sure.
would you just walk into somebody's random wedding at a hotel just to get free food?
Into
Oh,
the
yeah.
reception? Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if I would walk in. It wouldn't be like
Not-
it wouldn't be like I need to get free food, but I
Not
would be
for
like
free food, but open
Right.
bar. Fuck yeah.
open
Hey,
bar, and
you
I
know
would
we
be
get
like,
late, it's a
let's
wedding.
go get a drink, let's check out the cake, let's check out her dress, let's check it out, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They ask you to leave. Okay, bye.
I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking that this is somebody's personal day and I don't belong there.
If they are so worried about, I mean, if it's that personal, then why do you have a big fucking group of people there?
Because they're all people that they know.
You're not even going to know what. By the way, I've met one of the brides doing this. and she was fine, right? I mean, I'm fun. I can't eat that much. It's not like I'm demanding a seat at a seated event, right? I'm talking about like you're walking into a buffet wedding reception at a ballroom in a hotel. Everyone's up and around. There's music, there's
Oh, yeah.
drinking. Yeah, I'm going in. Yeah. Not if
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
dressed in a bikini, but if I'm like, I'm going out anyway, hell yes.
Yeah, and they never eat all the food, so you ain't hurting nothing. You're just going in and eating some of the food, and I mean,
Yeah.
kick me out, but I'm
Mostly
taking
I
some
want to
shrimp
check it
cocktail
out.
with-
Like I want to see the dress and the cake and whatever. And like, is there a band? Do they have a DJ? I want to check it out.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
probably
you're not
gonna
one of
eat.
the
I'm probably
cousins,
gonna
so
have a drink.
and you're not one of the cousins, so if you hook up, no harm, no foul.
Right. And if someone's like, I'm sorry, who are you here with? And you just say, I'm on the groom's side, you just pick a side. Doesn't matter.
I always wanted
That's
to try
true.
to crash somebody's picnic and be like, well, Bob told me to come because everybody knows a Bob, right?
Yeah.
But I never had the courage to do it because I'm like, I would be stupid and I would get caught. And I've never done that. But I just think like a wedding or something is something like a private like moment. I don't know that I would ever do that.
Okay, well, it's not the ceremony. It's
I
the
know. I understand
reception.
that.
He's about to stick his head up her dress in front of the entire place and rip a garter off her leg. I'm pretty sure nobody cares if I'm there.
Okay.
I want you to have more fun. Holly, this year, I think that you should try to sneak into someone's paid event and enjoy yourself and
Oh.
have fun and laugh.
They have
And if
got
you
a
and if
different
you
paid
get
event.
asked to leave, you get asked to leave. It's no big deal. You'll be
That's
fine.
true. I guess. I mean, I just don't think I could do it. I just don't think I could do it.
I'm gonna push
I'm
her
not as
in.
brazen as you. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I know J May said that she would absolutely for an open bar. I mean,
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
of
I
course.
mean, really, the
bar
worst
open
thing
bar.
that can happen is they ask you to leave. That's it. You're not gonna get
No, I'd be like,
arrested.
no way, man. Get out of here.
Nobody's gonna
Right.
fight you. It's not like they're gonna say if somebody comes up and asks you to leave, it's not like you're gonna say, I'm staying. You're not gonna make a big beef out of it. You know you don't belong there. So if they ask you to leave, you're like, you're right, my bad. Thanks.
Does that mean,
Congrats.
can you ask them if you can make a plate to go then?
I probably would, but I don't know if they would think it was funny at that point.
I'd be like, I just want some shrimp cocktail,
Right?
Come on.
I'd be like, I just want to see the cake and the dress. Can I see your ring?
No, you cannot.
Holly would
No,
be
you
so
cannot.
appalled. She'd be like, get this crazy bitch out of
I am so much more reserved than most of you, apparently.
here.
Speaking of reserved, what? Go ahead. What were you
No,
gonna say?
go.
I have one
I'm
more story to share, and this one's quite interesting. You probably heard it. You have probably heard this. From Paris, thieves used a stolen card to buy a winning French lottery ticket worth 500,000 euros, but they vanished before cashing it in, and now they're among France's most wanted fugitives. The man whose card was stolen, identified in police documents as Jean-David E., is offering to split the cash with the lucky winners, and he wants his wallet back too. The thieves, meanwhile, face the risk of arrest. As of Saturday, the state lottery operator said that no one has submitted the ticket or cashed out. It's an incredible story, but it's all true. John David's lawyer said and told the Associated Press. Jean David discovered earlier this month that his backpack had been stolen from his car in the southern city, including bank cards and other documents. Jean David asked his bank to block the card and learned it had already been used in a local shop. At the shop, a vendor told him apparently homeless men had used one of his cards to buy a winning scratch-off lottery ticket. They were so totally happy that they forgot their cigarettes and their belongings and walked out like crazy people. Jean David filed a police complaint about the theft, but is ready to withdraw it if the thieves come forward so that they can share the money. Without them, no one would have won. Prosecutors may try to seize the winnings, considering them illegally obtained gains. Of course. The lawyer launched a national appeal Thursday asking the perpetrators to contact his office to make a deal. You risk nothing. We will share with you, and we will be able to change our lives. I mean, the ticket will eventually expire, but I mean, I think it's a pretty good deal, but I think that they probably think they're walking into a trap, and that's why they're not too. And they can never. The thing is, they can never cash it in, because as soon as they cash it in, somebody's going to know who they are, and they're going to go to jail. So they might want to take the deal. Deal or no deal.
I think the police will take him in anyway, even if the guy who doesn't want to press charges, right? Won't they still?
But if the guys that have the ticket hook up with the dude on the sly, of course he could just keep the ticket to himself and say screw you, or he could be, hey, I told you I'd give you half. Thanks for my wallet back here. Let me cash this in. When the cops go, where'd this come from? I found it in my mailbox or under my doorstep or whatever. So if they did it on the sly, the two guys that ripped him off, then they wouldn't be caught. How would they? Because nobody would know about them.
It's a situation that is a rare. Like, I don't even know how you would handle it, because even though he doesn't want to press charges, I think the police can still press charges, right? Depending on how the law
they have to.
Only if they get their hands on it. I mean, if they get the guys. And how would the guys know that the dude wants to make a deal if they're homeless? They don't necessarily have access to, media like we do in here. Hey, if you come back, I'll share. We'll split it. How would they even hear about it?
You mean Obama phones never made it to France?
I think so.
Everybody had an Obama phone, and they had like 2 and 3 of them. But
I never had one.
Well,
No,
me neither. But a lot of people had them. That was a hot topic of debate for a friend of mine when she said she got her free phone, and I'm like, it's not free. She's like, I didn't pay for it. I'm like, the taxpayers did. Nothing you get is free. A whole taxation bullshit conversation we could have. But yes, so I mean, what would you do if you found out that criminals stole your debit card and won that kind of money? Would you split it with them, at least just to get your shit back?
It's got to be a lot of money.
Well, it's $500,000.
Nope.
You wouldn't split it with them?
Fuck them. And out of bitterness, I'm going to make sure they can't have it either. You can't cash it without me, bitch. Have fun knowing you could have been a $250,000.
Or she could get them to give it to you and just cut them out of the deal and keep the 500 for yourself.
It actually surprises me that you would not do that.
I'm spiteful. You idiots.
I know that you're
Screw
spiteful, but you also went, okay, how many months ago was it that your brother was in that accident and you went to the funeral of the person who hit your brother?
Oh God, don't tell people I'm nice. Okay.
But you did something like that, so that makes me think that you have that empathy, even though you don't always show it. I mean, you did something like that, which I thought was very courageous and very nice.
I don't take kindly to liars and thieves. I don't know why. They just are particularly atrocious to me.
Oh, no.
And I think stealing from people is just disgusting, right? Like you stole from me. The greatest thing you could get from that would be to never have to steal again. I'm not giving you that.
Well, stealing, and I heard this in a movie, and I wished I could remember what it was, but stealing is part of every wrongdoing. If you murder somebody, you're stealing their life. If you lie to somebody, you're stealing the truth. I mean, it's, and it just goes right on down. If you commit rape, you're stealing their dignity. It all comes back to stealing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just really gross. I feel like I would want to punish him, Holly.
All right, Robert.
I agree. You bring me my shit back, I ain't calling the cops, and you ain't leaving.
Yeah, because $250,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. I would do it just to get my part of it. Now I'm wondering, since they said that the government could seize it for illegally gotten gains, would the person still be able to get their half or no? I'm gonna say the government's probably gonna take it all because the government
I'm
sucks.
gonna get my ticket and cash it, and I'm gonna sell their kidneys on the black market.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you understand what Robert is saying.
I get it. What he's saying.
I like
Oh
Robert's
my.
answer.
I was just kind of trying to
You
push
brought
that
me
off.
back my lottery ticket and an ATM machine. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my God. All right, we're going to cut it here, but I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, everybody who's in the chat room, chatting it up and stuff. And if you would like to, please share this episode with other people. Remember to like and follow so you get notifications when we have new episodes. I want to thank our friend Leprechaun for joining us tonight. And don't forget, you can hear him at noon on Sundays on Ain't You a Peach, available wherever you basically listen to podcasts, but he does a video show on Rumble. And until next week, all you bitches, bye.
Look at the daily report.